today's price action. So coming into the day, I had a very neutral bias. As you can see that we're respecting high time frame bullish and bearish PDAs. Coming into market open, we had this 30-minute bullish fair value gap, which was going to act as my condition to frame prices higher or lower. Now, right at market open, we immediately manipulate our internal highs, and you can see that the wicks are doing the damage here. Body's telling the narrative that we are still holding this range, and now we are displacing lower, where we then get a 3-minute IFEG. This just looks like beautiful power of 3, and our stop loss here is going to be very high resistance, as it is a high that swept liquidity inside of a high time frame bearish fair value gap. Now, right when we got this 3-minute inversion, I ended up taking a position short. One thing about this trade is that ES had already taken out our break-even point, but the reason why I disregarded this bullish SMT is because ES was really just failing to displace higher off of putting in this SMT. Therefore, what I figured is that ES is going to need to hit a key level prior to seeing reaction higher. So right when we got this 3-minute IFEG, I entered a position short with my break-even point just at this internal low, and as you can see, it was a very quick break-even trade. And then here's my executions for this trade. You can see that it was just a very quick break-even trade, but that my break-even did end up saving me from an unnecessary loss. And now moving on, you can see that we remanipulate this high and then we get a 1-minute inversion and we have a bearish SMT. Overall, what's good about this trade is that we have very nice 945 PO3 that opened and generated liquidity here. And then we have 10 a.m. opening, manipulating our highs and then starting to distribute. Overall, it looks like very nice PO3. I did end up taking this trade, but I only took it on eval just because I really didn't see how we were going to deliver here after already failing to deliver previously. And I already took that previous trade on my funded accounts. Therefore, I wasn't really confident taking this one on my funded accounts as well. Overall, I think this is a very decent setup, but just another reason as to why I faded on my fundeds. I mean, if we look at the 5-minute time frame at this point in time, this just looks absolutely disgusting, and we really have an overall pretty unclear narrative here. Additionally, although we have low time frame, low resistance liquidity here, this is really just high time frame, high resistance, as this is a low that swept liquidity inside of a high time frame bullish or value gap, which is still getting respected. And then as you can see, this setup ends up getting absolutely wrecked, and then we end up running to our buy side liquidity above. I think just a very important takeaway from this day on the charts is that after seeing this setup right here fail to displace the original setup that I took on my fundeds, I think it's kind of just not the best idea to keep giving another shot, especially when this low becomes protected and more high resistance. It's kind of just asking for price to either chop around here, take profit, or just go the other way, right? If we're failing to displace lower and we have buy side liquidity above, that's a decent indication that price wants to draw next towards our buy side liquidity as opposed to your take profit. So I hope you guys learned something from the video, and make sure to drop a comment